Aha. And this this is COVID-19.
Now that we've cleared that.
What we call it, night what? I'm serving them tea. This is sugarless gofret. This is pineapple, this is pear, this stuff. This is a fake flower. And he has white fork and he has black fork. I don't have fork because I don't want to have those. But I like this.
Only the street and the houses.
We're the neighborhood watch committee.
Keep describing everything.
Okay, now there was introduction. You were in Turkey how many times?
Many.
Really? What were you doing there?
I was, for a number of years, I was the director of international programs for the State University of New York system. And we had we created a number of what we call dual degree programs with Turkish universities, between Turkish universities and U.S., not just U.S. universities, but SUNY, State University of New York campuses. So we were back and forth in Istanbul and Ankara.
You call it SUNY?
SUNY.
C-U-N.
That's CUNY. That's City University. SUNY is State University.
Oh, State University.
Yeah.
S-U. Okay,
Those
great.
are two different systems.
Okay.
So we worked with a lot of very good Turkish universities. Boğaziçi for a while, ITU and METU.
ME2, you Middle East Technical University.
I was the director of international programs for the system, and I was among the group of people that organized the programs.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
What year was it?
It was from about 2001 until, well, I left in 2010.
Okay.
And they may still be going on.
Very interesting.
It was the first decade of this.
And
they're very long, like almost 9 years.
Enes.
Right? Well, I wasn't in Turkey. I was working with SUNY. We went back and forth and meetings and events and various kinds. In Azerbaijan, I was for 2 years living.
Mashallah.
So you guys know each other from the university, right?
No, from here. He became neighbor. Yeah, God knew that I'm getting bored here. Says, here it is. I'm sending you a philosopher. A philosopher.
I thought that you became very close friends. That's why you just...
Not very close, but from the first day I feel close, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we have very closeness in terms of philosophy. That's it. And also he has been...
I thought that you said that you are in the same university.
No, he's not here.
Okay.
He's retired.
Thankfully. Happily.
Fantastic. He writes articles still, very difficult to read articles, philosophical articles.
Is it too academic?
I don't know. Ask him. I didn't think they're too hard to read.
For me, it's easy.
For me, it's easy.
Well, I found recently more difficult to read article. A friend of mine sent me her article on Aristotle's work on biology. And it was a very interesting article, but difficult to read. Too much formalities and, the punctuations, quotations, and capital letters, and it's so much combination of things. When you look at it, oh, this is a coded message.
Aristotle is not easy anyway. Plato is much easier.
But I learned something over there in that article, very interesting. I didn't know until now that animals, they put forward which foot first?
I don't know. Back foot.
Aristotle noticed that, observed, which is interesting, correct, that animals put forward, four-legged animals, put forward first left foot.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. And then I wanted to test it on humans.
I think I do, too.
Well, that was fascinating because I wanted to test it on humans. The closest human was my older son. I said, stand up there, and he stood up. So what's going on? I said, now please start walking.
Right.
And then he put forward the left foot first. I said, well, of course.
Yeah, see, you just did too.
Right now, right? I was like, it's not.
He's going to the left side.
Yeah,
it makes
I was
sense.
going to the left side.
Yeah, but we need to
No,
check
but
people.
Even once you stood up.
If it was this side, I would do this.
We don't know. Because you are right now mentally primed. You will do maybe the
Right, you have to
opposite.
do it when you're not thinking.
Yeah,
That's right.
and we need to check on people too. That's interesting, but the explanation is their stronger foot is right foot. Therefore, standing on that foot first
More
gives them more stability, safety first. Yeah,
No, I think I always start with right.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't. I think
yeah.
I think I start with the left foot.
Very interesting. We need to
wonder
check.
if you-
It is interesting, and in fact, it brought my mind that in Hadith tradition says you don't start with left foot, you start with right foot. Left is bad.
Bad. Right.
Only going to the restroom you go with
Right,
left
yeah,
foot.
No, I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe that.
I wonder if there's a difference, there's a difference between right-handed and left-handed people. Maybe they're right-footed and left-footed people.
Could be, but Aristotle, I think, he must have observed a lot of animals until he came up with
Well, he
that.
did a lot of observing.
Very interesting.
I mean, his biology is mostly a matter of categorization,
Yeah,
creating
yeah,
structures.
yeah. Yeah, he simplifies, he
Well, he organized
categorizes several
He
things.
organized
Yeah,
things in terms of
impressive.
common-
He was interested, curious about everything.
Yes.
Goodness sake.
Yes.
Beautiful
And
mind.
he had something useful to say about everything.
Yeah. And also I remembered from there when I was student at Middle East Technical University. For English we were reading a textbook, and then in that one there was an article about the observation on mothers, that most of the mothers, great majority of mothers, feed their babies with their in their left arms.
They hold them this way.
They hold them in their left arms.
Uh-huh.
And then, of course, initial explanation is because their dominant hand is right hand, they want to keep the dominant hand free to do chores while holding the baby and
Right.
feeding the baby.
Right.
Well, then their study continued on left-handed mothers. They found out they too feed their babies
Is that right?
left arm. Yeah.
So it's not because of the dominant hand.
Not dominant hand, therefore that theory collapses. And then later they want to check whether it has anything to do with heartbeat. And then they put babies in 3 categories. One category, no music. Another category, music, classic music. Another category, heartbeat. Heartbeat.
Right. Right.
And then they find out that the babies who were exposed to heartbeat while they were just after birth, they were they were calmer and they gained more weight compared to other babies.
Huh.
Therefore, that means babies for about 9 months they hear the heartbeat.
Right.
That is their friend.
Right.
And then when they are born,
Comforting rhythm.
yeah, comforting, and it still continues. In our music, the rhythm is heartbeat. And also, when we are in difficult time, our rhythm of body is also heartbeat. For example, children, I remember, they were forced to memorize the Quran in schools because
they
it's
rock back
mentally
and
safe.
forth.
They do this.
Jewish traditions too do that.
Yeah, it is interesting.
Orthodox
This is the
Jewish.
heartbeat.
But I think I guess it's baby's heartbeat. I suspect it also has something to do with consistency, regular rhythm. I mean, for example, one of the most comfortable circumstances for me is to go to sleep on a moving train, to lie down. Sleeping on the seats, not so much.
Yeah,
fun,
because
but to
that is also close to heartbeat. But
What's
maybe.
the rhythm of the wheels and the rails? It's very comforting, very relaxing. Yeah, it's probably faster than a heartbeat typically if the train is moving at any clip, but still it's regular.
It's close.
It's a
Yeah.
systematic rhythm.
I was taking the train, by the way, when I was living in Ankara. I
Who
was
are
going-
you, by the way? What's your name?
My name is Enes.
You are welcome. When did you come from Turkey?
2 days, 3 days ago. I'm not sure.
Just recently.
He calls me, he's crazy. He looks like a normal person, but he's not. He calls me from Turkey. First time he gets to know me, he has read some of the books. And then he says, I want to come there. I said, don't come. He's not, no, I come there. And then the following day, he had already purchased ticket for the following day. And then he has him. I don't know him. 1 week before or 4 days before, I didn't know him.
Oh, really?
He ended up here. He just came here. And then from airport, the immigration guy, the police calls
so
me.
you read some of Edip's books and said, I'm going to go to
Yeah,
Tucson.
we just talked on the phone and then he just said like, I want to come there.
It is spontaneous combustion.
We hope not.
Well, I didn't know him. And then my wife was learning about this. I tell her, says, he may be coming to kill you. Maybe he was pretending. And then you gave your address to this guy.
Right.
But he ended up, he's a very nice guy. And he rented a car.
Nice,
He's
Yeah, that's right. So far.
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, you were
I
telling
was
something.
taking the train when I was living in Ankara. I was visiting my friends in Istanbul. I was always taking the train, you know, and it took like more than 7 hours to get there, and I was sleeping, you know.
Right. It's comfortable.
That's cool, yeah.
I've taken that train. Well, not that one from Ankara. I took the train from Eskişehir
It's
to Istanbul.
the
Or to Ankara.
kind of high speed train, right?
No.
No, it's the regular one.
Sorry, just a regular
one.
Yeah,
Okay. So I was taking train. It was like 11 p.m. or something like that. I'm not sure. I was sleeping when I wake up. When I get to Istanbul, it's like 8 in the morning or 7.
Right.
So it was really good.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Did you finish your tea?
No, I haven't sitting here.
Oh, come on. Finish your tea. I have more tea. Okay, I'm going to close. Do you have final words?
Goodbye. Good night.